Okay, so well done. That's a good one. So the reason why we are trying to know this is because we need to understand our avatar's behavior. This is very important. Why? So that what Mr. Excel was saying earlier, he was saying that so that you won't write rubbish, so that when people read your copy, they won't say this person does not know, this person has never seen somebody that has arthritis before, that kind of thing. So that when you want to write or when you are speaking, you can speak to a Burna Boy fan, and the person will resonate with what you are talking about, so that you can speak with a football fan, and the person will resonate with what you are talking about. I watch a lot of football podcasts now, like DR Sports, for example. Now, if their messages does not resonate with me, I wouldn't watch it. I don't watch basketball, for example, now, so I would not watch any program about basketball. Why? Because I'm not in the target audience. I'm not one of their customer avatar. So it's just as simple as that. So let's proceed. So one thing you should know is after you've been able to identify your customer avatar, okay, so now let's identify the journey's customer avatar. That's the major thing we came here to do. That's the major thing okay, sorry, I'm sorry. Okay, so we need to identify the Janice customer avatar. So now in Janice, we sell three major products. We have some other product, but we sell three major products. So we sell a product for diabetes, an alternative medicine for people with diabetes, then another alternative medicine for people with high blood pressure, then another alternative medicine for people with arthritis. So arthritis is severe joint pain, like those ones that older people suffer from. So when you want to write a copy in Janice, what you should know first is how you can get this question answered. We did that. That was why I showed you guys this example. Why? So that you can relate. Then in Janice, you need to be able to identify the Janice customer avatar. So one thing you should know first is what pain are they going through physically? Somebody with high blood pressure, now, what is the pain? What is the high blood pressure causing the person physically? Now, once you've been able to answer that, then we go to what has the pain caused them psychologically, emotionally, how has it affected their lifestyle, how has it affected them mentally? How has the high blood pressure affected them, or if it is diabetes or arthritis? What has the person used in trying to get rid of the pain? That's whether it is high blood pressure, diabetes, or arthritis. What has the person let go of trying to get rid of the pain? Like, let go of whatever habits, behavior, maybe food, things like that. How has the pain affected the person's lifestyle? That's also another question you need answered. Then, guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, good. What is the person's desire? What do they wish for? This one is straightforward. Where do they congregate? I showed you guys in the earlier example, what is their age? Do you understand? So before we get to this, now what you are doing here, I was telling you before I shared my screen, I know when I was having technical difficulty, I'm still having anyways, but I was telling you that you need to be able to carry out market research. So getting this question answered is you carrying out market research. But I'm going to get back to this. Let's continue. So once you're able to get this question answered, then you can begin writing your copy. So, but before then, you need to know the most important part of a copy. Who can tell me what the important part of a copy is before we go ahead?
The headline, sir.
Hello,
Okay,
sir, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I think it's primary text. Song Henry speaking.
Okay, all right. That's another good one. So if you said headline, you are correct. If you said primary text, you're still somewhat correct. Nowadays, the world is not, we don't deal with newspapers too much anymore. So it won't just be headline. Do you understand? It depends on what people are seeing first. What whatever people say, they are scrolling through, it is most likely your primary text. And the thumbnail is that thing on YouTube, that picture, like on YouTube, that picture you see. So those are the two most important things. If it's a web publication, the headline is the most important part. The reason why they always say the headline is the most important part is because that is what people see first. It is like it is an old saying, which is still correct, but it is not always relevant to every platform. On TikTok, okay, let's say on TikTok, for example, what would be the most important part of the headline? Okay, we always say the headline because that is what grabs people's attention. But on TikTok, for example, where we don't use thumbnails, where people don't read your text first, what would be the most important part? Who wants to try? That will grab people's attention. Yeah?
The music.
I can't hear you.
So the view of the primary price people.
Henry Songo, are you talking? Songo, are you talking? Are you trying to answer the question?
No, my mic was mute, sorry.
Mute your mic. Who wants to try? In a platform like TikTok. Okay, I'm not going to answer that. You guys can think about it. Let's go ahead. I don't like the fact that you guys are not responding. You guys are not responsive. Okay, so let's proceed. So looking at this book, who can tell me what this book is about? Let me put it on full screen so you can see better.
Yes, sir. We can say the book is about love, romance.
Okay, that's a good try. Who else wants to try? Wait, it's only like two people that have been talking since morning.
It talks about love.
Okay, love.
Yes.
By
Who else?
Yes.
Okay, let me try, sir.
Okay.
Love and relationship.
Love and relationship. Who else? Love and romance
Let
in
me try.
relation to astrological sign. Okay, all right.
Let me try.
Yeah,
From the name
try.
astrological love, I think it's people that match according to their zodiac sign. People that are meant to
Exactly.
be together.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
That's
from what I can see, sorry, you can look at it as zodiac sign, match, and love. You can also look at it from astrological, maybe love from the stars, all this everlasting love that I am, all this encapsulating, enchanting love. That's how I see it.
okay, all right. So you guys have all tried.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, please. Please, if you want to
Uh,
answer, sorry, please, before you go on. My phone is not showing the person speaking. So please, if you want to answer, just tell me your name quickly before you answer.
Okay, my name is Jerry.
Yeah,
This
okay,
is
all right.
one thing is a book cover. That is a cover page that is used
Yeah.
to attract client to a particular post. It's a cover page.
Okay, all right.
Like
But if you were working, yeah,
people that do publishing, cover page for publishing. So with this one now, it will attract more customers once they glance through it.
okay, all right.
Can I talk, sir?
No, please, let's move fast. Don't be angry. Let's move fast. You have opportunity to talk again. Don't worry. So, if you were working in okay, I know we don't really do bookstores. I mean, is it bookshop? They call them anymore. Those places where some of us still have it in our schools. So I know some of us are in school now. Probably we are done with school. Bookstores, bookshop, where you see physical book lined up, whether you want to buy or borrow, or library, whichever one. So if you're working in a bookstore or library, or if you don't know what a bookstore, well, you would have seen it in a movie anyways. So if you are working in a bookstore, a bookshop, or library, and you saw this book, is this book something that will grab your attention? Like, is this book something that you will grab your attention and you want to read?
No.
No? Okay, somebody else should try.
No.
Okay. Choma said yes. Okay, all right. Okay. All right then. So what about this book? If you're working in a bookstore and you saw this book, is this book something that will grab your attention and you want to read?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Because I will read.
Why would you want to read it?
Because of what is written on it.
All right. Well, somebody else should answer.
Okay, let me
Because
answer, sir.
Okay, please go ahead.
I'll read to see if there's some ideas I'll pick there in order to help my
Yeah.
relationship.
Okay, all right. That's a good one. Somebody wanted to speak before. Please tell me your name before you answer. Like next time.
Hello,
Yeah.
Samuel Henry.
Yeah,
Can you hear me,
Samuel.
sir?
Yes, yes.
Yes. I think in the first thing, my age permits that, and
Yeah.
my relationship status does that, and the people around me, I think, permits me to delve into thinking of how to satisfy a woman, or even to think of how to get into her cognition, to know exactly how to read her mind. And
Yeah.
the contents, the face of the book points to that. So I think it's a powerful conviction for me to pick it up. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Good answer. Well done. Well done, everyone. So do you know this book here? This How to Satisfy a Woman Every Time and Never Beg for More. If you notice, it's written by the same author. Do you know this book here is the same book here? It's the same. This Astrological Love is the same book. So let me tell you the story behind this. So what happened when Nora Aiden, that's the author, when she wrote this book, she titled this Astrological Love. She printed 5,000 copies, but after a year, she struggled to sell 2,000. She had to give the remaining 3,000 out at just 99 cents. Why? Because the book was not selling well. So a New York publisher, he had a publishing what do they call a publishing? I don't know if it's firm or house or company, whichever one. It's actually very good and it can help a lot of people. So he spoke with Nora Aiden. Sunday Good News, please. I'll call you soon. He spoke with Nora Aiden and he got the rights to the book. When he got, hello guys, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
So he got the right to the book and he didn't change anything in the book, nothing at all. He didn't change anything in the book. He only changed the title. And this same book that struggled to sell 2,000 copies after 1 year sold 2.3 million copies in 18 months. And just the title alone was changed. So this should show you that the power of headlines, the power of like grabbing people's attention with whatever it is. When I asked you guys, this book, Astrological Love, can never ever call my attention. If I'm working in a bookstore, probably we're still doing bookstore in this area. If I'm working in a bookstore, if I say Astrological, I cannot even flip through. I will never ever flip through. But I will tell you, any man in this world, even though the person will not buy, see, over 70% of men in that bookstore, or if they are seeing this book for the first time, funny enough, I've read this book actually, and it's a very good book. They will read this book, they will flip through, even though they don't buy, they will flip through, they will want to read it. This is how to satisfy a woman every time and never beg for more. So this should tell you the power of headlines. The power, not just headlines, whatever people see first should grab their attention. Whatever people see first with in your ad should grab their attention. It is very, 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 very important. And your headline also, or your title, should also call out your audience. this book, the publisher that changed the title did a good job. Why? Because already when she wrote it, she didn't even, the book was for men. She wrote the book for men, how to satisfy a woman every time and have her beg for more. Yet she didn't even title it that way. What is astrological love? And the book that's the same book that struggled to sell 2,000 copies in a year sold 2.3 million copies in 18 months. Why? Because they did the publisher did a good job changing the headline. So I'm going to get back to headline. I'm going to teach you guys format on how to write headline. But before then, the headline, you just note it down. The headline is the most important part of any copy. Do you understand? As I said earlier, it is not all, it depends on wherever you are running. Do you understand? Like Mr. Sheish taught you primary text yesterday. The opening part of the primary text is equally very important because that's what people will see first, and your thumbnail. Do you understand? Like, as I said, headline, this book, obviously, this is not an headline, this is a title. So you should get the logic. Okay, whatever people see first should be what to grab their attention the most. Just hold that one and keep it in your pocket. So we'll come back to writing headline. So once you've been able to write your headline, which I'm going to teach you later on, you'll be able to write other parts. Then you can proceed to write another part of your copy, whichever format you want to follow, that's left to you. So, but before you can write your copy, as I was showing you earlier, you need to be able to identify your customer avatar, identify your journey's customer avatar. Why? Because you cannot just start writing. You need to understand what are they going through physically. How is this thing affecting them mentally? What have they used trying to get rid of the pain and they've gone through frustration because of that? What have they let go of trying to get rid of this pain? How has this pain affected their lifestyle? What is their desire? What do they wish for? Where can you find them? That's where do they congregate? What is their age? Do you understand? So as I was saying earlier, in Jan is to sell 3 major products. One for people suffering from diabetes, that's to help normalize their blood sugar level. Then another one for people suffering from high blood pressure, that's to help normalize their blood pressure reading. Then another one for people suffering from arthritis, that's arthritis is severe joint pain. If you don't know, that's what most of all these older people suffer from, that they'll be struggling to walk, that their joint pain, they'll be having intense joint pain. So now, I need you guys, just as I did for this example of when we're doing Burna Boy, Whiskey, Davido, football fan, I need you guys to identify a Janice customer avatar. Now, what we are doing now is we are carrying out market research. So I need you guys to identify a Janice customer avatar who is suffering from high blood pressure by answering these questions. So who wants to go first? I hope you guys are understanding. Guys, are you understanding everything?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we are.
Yes, sir, we understand.
All right, so who wants to try? So I need one person to do for, or should I say two? Okay, let's do two, so we'll get different perspective. 2 people will do for high blood pressure. 2 people will do for, okay, let me not say like that. 2 people will do for somebody suffering from high blood pressure. 2 people will do for somebody suffering from diabetes. 2 people will do for somebody suffering from arthritis. So let's proceed. So who wants to do for high blood pressure? Raise your hand if you want to do for high blood pressure. So I'll just call whoever I feel should go ahead. Okay, Henry Songo, please. Hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Songo, is it Songo? Songo. I can't hear you. Is it my network? Guys, can you hear Henry Songo?
No, he's not saying anything.
Yes, it's not.
Your network, I can't hear you clearly. I can't hear you clearly. Okay, somebody else. Okay, Gani. No, let me not call Gani. I've called Gani. I want to call somebody that I've not called at all today. Who else wants to try? That's somebody that I've not called at all today. You guys said you are understanding, so you should be able to try for high blood pressure. Okay, Sunday, good news. Go ahead, please. For high blood pressure, for somebody suffering from high blood pressure, don't forget.
For high blood pressure, what pain are they going through physically? High blood pressure could cause difficulties in breathing, difficulties in engaging in regular stressing routines like the normal going around and maybe running and stuff like that. And what other pain again? I don't really think I have so much information on that, please. But then, what has the pain caused them psychologically? Psychologically, they already believe it. I think it
Sorry, do you understand this psychologically?
Yes, psychologically, like in your mind or in your head.
Okay. All right.
Somehow they know that they are not like every other normal human being, so that can affect your self-confidence and your self-esteem, especially when it comes to engaging in physical activities. And one psychological effect again of high BP patients is the effect of how they need to eat and what they need to eat, and all of those rules on keeping up with what should be done and all of that. So it gets back to affect them psychologically, and it still even increases the high BP they're facing. And what have they used trying to get rid of their pain? They've let go of trying to get rid of their pains. They watch the things they eat, so they are actually not having these normal meals or the freedom to eat what they like as every normal human beings. So I think that's also cover for what they have to let go, trying to get rid of their pain. And as to what they used, drugs can be used, some supplements or herbs that could actually reduce the effect of certain effect of food that could boost the blood pressure of your body is also used. And for the next one, they say how has the pain affected their lifestyle? And just like I said, their feeling will be affected. Their involvement in physical activities will be affected. I think that covers it for now. What is their desire and what do they wish for? To have a normal lifestyle like every other person.
Okay.
Where do they congregate? They're actually on the lookout in all the therapist pages and YouTube channels. Some of them go for all these pep talks in relation to their health. You can see them in general hospital, see them in playground or workout space where they have kind of special routine for them as to what they need to do and how they need to keep themselves fit. And what is their age? Originally, I think the age for high BP patients is different for male and female, but I think it ranges from 25 towards 70 years.
Okay. So well done. That's a good one. That's a good one. I think so. No waste time. Let me just come in then. I'll call other people for diabetes and arthritis. So that's a good one. Well done. So somebody said blurry vision. Yeah, Erisongo, blurry vision, dizziness, and headache. Those are good example of symptoms of high blood pressure. That's another number one. What pain are they going through physically? So what pain are they going through physically? As you guys have said, blurry vision, dizziness. Sometimes they have tightness in their chest and their chest pains them. It depends on the stage they are mostly. Sometimes headaches, those ones are examples. So what has pain caused them psychologically? That's psychologically, mentally. How has it affected them? A lot of them, they can't do things they used to do easily like before. They can't do some physical activities because to spike up their blood pressure. If you notice, most people who have blood pressure, if they want to tell them to exercise, they always tell them, take it easy, don't do something that will strain you so much, things like that. Another thing again, a lot of them, they can't eat some things they could eat easily when they were much younger. So those things affect them psychologically. And not just that, like they're always in constant fear that they might get heart attack at any point in time and maybe leave their family behind, leave their kids behind, and make their kids become orphans. Do you understand? A lot of them still want to do a lot of things in their life, but because of the constant fear that they can die at any point in time. That affects them psychologically. Another thing is the weariness of having to check your BP every time and noticing that the thing is not coming down at every point in time. That causes mental fatigue also. Do you understand? They feel like they are not making any progress with their health. So that's for the second one. What has pain caused them psychologically? Then what have they used trying to get rid of their pain? A lot of them use some kinds of concussion. They use there's this common drug for people with IBP. Jeez, I've forgotten the name. Wait, is it amlodipine? Is that for diabetes or IBP? Forgotten. But I think amlodipine. I'm not sure if amlodipine is for diabetes or amlodipine is for IBP. Yes. So a lot of them use that. They use a lot of concussions that promise them that will help them bring their BP down. Some use amlodipine. Those are some of the things they use in trying to get rid of their pain. Yeah, thank you. Financial burden is also another thing, how it affects them. Young Emmanuel, thank you. How it affects them psychologically. So back to what they've used in trying to get rid of their pain now. I said they use a lot of concussions, amlodipine, abs. Some of their friends will tell them that this one, use that one, this one, and that one. Some of them work, some make it work. Some make it worse. Okay, Effium Anyabasi is saying lisinopril. I don't know lisinopril, so I can't really say, but most likely that's also another one. So what have they let go of in trying to get rid of their pain? This one can be two ways. Like what habits, what's food? Like somebody with high blood pressure now, they cannot eat Maggi, they cannot eat salt anyhow. Do you understand? So that's one thing. So if they are cooking at home now, people cooking for them need to cook with the consciousness that they cannot eat it because of their BP. Because if they eat food, it doesn't even need to be salty, that is just well spiced. It can spike up their BP. So everybody at home needs to readjust their life and eat something that is healthy for them. That's what have they let go of in trying to get rid of their pain. Then habits too. They can't do some physical activities they used to do easily when they were younger because of the scare that they might have they might have an heart attack. Then another thing is they can't just yell anyhow. They can't be stressed. So they cannot do some kind of rigid work because of their high blood pressure. How has the pain affected their lifestyle? I've given several examples. For example, now somebody that cannot eat Maggi and salt, the children at home, they will need to readjust their diets. All of them will need to be eating food that is not well spiced because of the person. Person goes for parties, for example. Person will not be able to eat. Person will be saying, ma worry ma. If you are not Yoruba, ma worry ma means don't worry ma. Don't worry ma, do this one, that one. But it is not because they don't want to eat, it's because they know party food is always well spiced and they cannot afford to eat something like that. Do you understand? So they will end up eating plain rice, things like that, and all. They cannot eat Maggi and salt, so the food they are eating is not even sweet. What is their desire? What do they wish for? This one is straightforward. They want to normalize their blood pressure level. Where do they congregate? As I forgot who answered last. I think it was it Henry? Was it Henry that answered last? What do they congregate? You can find them in comment section of, as I said, influencers, for example, medical practitioners online. You see them asking a lot of questions. Somebody like Aproko Doctor now, if he puts out a content on high blood pressure, you see a lot of people with high blood pressure asking questions under his comment. That's a place where you can find them. Seminars about these things, you'll find them. Sometimes some organizations might just organize something where people can learn more about normalizing their blood pressure reading and check their BP reading. You can find them places there like that. What is their age? Now, if people far younger are getting IBP because of the things people are going through. So I would say 30 plus, 30 and above. So that's an ideal age for somebody with high blood pressure. Yeah. So I hope you guys understood that. Did you guys understand that?
Yes, sir. Yes, I understand.
Yeah, okay, all right. So now let's do for diabetes. Who wants to try for diabetes? Who wants to try for diabetes? I'm sure some of you might even have people around yourself that are suffering from some of these conditions. They are very common things, and there's even nothing to be ashamed of. A very common condition. So, who wants to try for diabetes? Can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
We can hear you, sir.
Okay, let me try for diabetes.
Okay, so Chimezie, please try for diabetes.
Okay, so the physical pain they go through, they happen with their muscles.
Yeah, that's
They're not muscular enough.
They are not what?
They're not muscular enough. They have problem with their muscles.
No, I wouldn't say they're not muscular enough, but they just generally just have.
They have pains. That's what I mean. Yeah. They feel pains in their muscles.
Okay, go on.
But are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you. Go on.
Okay, psychologically, they are mentally depressed.
Okay.
They're mentally depressed.
No,
And
don't just say they are mentally depressed. See, when you're answering this question, the reason why we're answering this question is so that when you want to write your copy, what you are saying will resonate with them so much. I'm echoing from your end. I don't know why. Please mute your mic. Mute your mic for now. Okay. Yeah, I can hear you, but I'm echoing from your end. So mute your mic for now. So you have to speak again. Yeah. So don't just say they are mentally depressed. Anybody can be mentally depressed. Say how the condition they are suffering from has affected them. You know, for example, now I gave you the example of somebody suffering from high blood pressure. How has it affected the person psychologically? The person cannot afford to eat seasoned food. Because of that, the person is putting all the kids too in the same situation. And the kids will be complaining to maybe the dad, for example, that daddy, this food is not sweet, this one, that one. Or mommy, this food is not sweet, this one, that one. Do you understand? That would affect the person psychologically. Another thing, the constant worry of BP rising is making the person think that I can have an heart attack at any point in time. Do you get? So that's how it is affecting the person psychologically. So I want you to use that same condition and explain for diabetes. Don't just say mental stress. Anybody can go through mental stress. Continue, please.
Okay, so let me continue. Psychologically, they avoid starchy foods or something that will rise their sugar, maybe something like rice, fufu, yam, all those sugary foods. When they come to occasion or party as well, they avoid foods there because most times it's rice they share in party. So when you give them food, they will say no. When you give them drink, beer and minerals, they will take none of those things. Just see them take maybe one bottle water. They'll be by the corner. And they're always checking their sugar to know when it's rising. They're always of thought. They're always of thought. They're checking what they eat from time to time. They will go to clinic to check their sugar level. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you. The reason why I don't want to speak is because I'm
Okay. Now, what have they used trying to get rid of their pains? Okay. They have tried so many drugs. They will try drugs like insulin.
Yeah.
They will eat more of iodine food like plantain and the food that does not contain more sugar, something that will try to make them taste like cocoyam. That's what the food will be like.
Yeah.
Okay. They will go on that. Sometimes those prescriptions can even get their condition worse.
Yes. Then you forgot the common one. like every Nigerian, it's very important that what you people can relate very well.
I can't hear you, sir.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can
I'm echoing from your end, so that's
So we can
mute
hear
your
you.
mic. Mute your mic, Chimezi. Yes. So I'm saying you are forgetting the popular one, and that's Agbojedi. That's the common one that a lot of Nigerians use. Agbojedi, like something they will just buy and use. And a lot of all these about concussions. It's very important that when you are carrying out your research, you go like you see yourself as the person suffering from the condition. So don't just say insulin. Do you understand? Insulin is for only Tush people. Do you understand? Tush Nigerians. Even not all the Tush Nigerians believe in it. Some people don't believe in this thing. But Agbojedi is also another example that a lot of Nigerians use. So you can continue. Chimeze, can you hear me?
Okay, I hear you, sir. Not life or they avoid outings. If that person's case has gotten to a higher level, I mean, if the diabetes has gotten to a higher level, they will avoid public places because of the constant urine. Sometimes,
Yeah, contamination. Yeah.
because they are trying to check themselves to know when the urine will drip out of their body, the place pad here and there. So they avoid public places in order not to go and disgrace themselves because they wouldn't want everybody to know what they are suffering from.
Yes.
They're mostly indoors. They don't go out like that. Even if they must go out, they will check themselves properly before they go anywhere. So they don't engage on outings.
All right. Well done. Continue.
Okay, now what is their drive? Okay, what is their desire? Okay, what do they do? What they do wish for? Of course, they wish to come back to normal again. They wish to get rid of their physical ailment, physical ailment, that is the diabetes. So they will do anything possible to get rid of it, so as to have themselves normal again. Where do they congregate? Okay, they can congregate in medical platforms in the social media, so as to see if they will derive or denote any knowledge of how to get themselves better. They go even in physical gathering, any medical physical gathering like health center or any place they are giving an orientation or a kind of guide on how to get rid of their ailment. They will be there. Social media, you see them on the World Health Organization platform and all that. Now, their age, most times diabetes is likely to occur with people of like 50 years up or 40 years. It's not rampant with young people because young people engage in physical exercise enough, and physical exercise help people to burn their fat and sugar level. So over time, it's people of age like from 40 up. Usually those people that stay in office, that after eating everything, they will be one place working from morning till night. After that, maybe driving in their AC car, they still go home and on AC, everything will stay there. They will not burn anything. Before you know it, their sugar level will be rising, and that will lead to diabetes.
Okay, all right. That's well done. So please mute your mic. Yeah. So as Chimezie said, most of what he said, like he has covered most of it. What pain are they going through? Somebody with diabetes, what pain is the person going through physically? It's plenty, blurry vision, frequent urination, muscle weakness, lower back pain. There are plenty. Those are the few I can remember. Now, if you check online, you see a lot. What has pain caused them psychologically? Imagine somebody that urinates frequently. How would the person will be canceling a lot of appointments. The person will not want to be seated in a place for so long because of diabetes. The person will not feel normal. The person will be in so much burden because of that. Another one again, somebody with blurry vision, for example, the person might get recommended glasses and all, but even with the recommended glasses, person will still not see well. Why? Because the person is only treating the symptoms. That's also another thing. Also, another thing with diabetes is that another physical pain it causes is that your wound will not heal early. Some people might have a little cut like this, and before you know, in a few months, the way it will spread, the wound will not heal. Do you understand? So that can also affect them psychologically. Why somebody with that kind of big wound, the person will not be confident enough to be coming out of his house and all. So what have they used trying to get rid of their pain? Agbojedi, that's one common one. Insulin, that's another common one. A lot of herbs that they recommend, bitter leaf. There are a lot of things like that. If you check online, you see more. What have they let go of trying to get rid of their pain? A lot of them cannot eat, they cannot drink soft drinks, they cannot drink some kind of drink, anything sugary, they have to cut it off. They cannot eat cake. So maybe they are even having birthday now. If they cut cake, they cannot even eat out of their own cake. That's part of it. Then another thing is, okay, how has the pain affected their lifestyle? As Chimeze said, they can't eat at parties. For another thing they would cut off again is rice, starchy food generally. They can't eat at parties because most parties they serve rice. Most swallow are starchy food, so they cannot eat them. So it will affect their lifestyle in that way. They can't drink soft drinks. And a lot of things are processed, a lot of food we have now are processed food. So it's always homemade food. Like all the food they eat has to be like perfectly made for them. And so somebody like that can really eat out. And that would be especially imagine a man now that maybe travels a lot. That would be difficult for him because his wife will not be there to cook for him now. So that means if he orders food, the food has to be perfect, or he will just have to be eating like that and worsening his blood sugar level. What is the person's desire? What does the person wish for? Simple. Normalize his blood sugar reading and get rid of diabetes. Where do they congregate? As Chimeze said, very simple. Comment section of influencers, medical experts, program organized for people like them, whether online. What is their age? As he said, the thing is correct, but it's also not correct. People that are 50 plus are the ones that are mostly affected by diabetes. Yes. But people that are younger have diabetes, but it does not really affect them physically as much as people that are 50 plus. Because once you get to a certain age, your body will not be able to recover as fast as somebody who is far young. Your body will not be able to recover as fast as somebody who is far younger. So for somebody 50 plus, that person will be suffering from a far worse kind of diabetes. There are levels to diabetes. Once you carry out your research, you will know more. Like there's type 1 diabetes, there is type 2 diabetes. That's much more severe than type 1 diabetes. So that is that. So now let's do for arthritis. Somebody said you wanted to do for arthritis in the chat. Okay. Magong Blaze. Hope I'm pronouncing it well. Yeah, please do for arthritis. Sunday, good news. Please mute your mic.
I'm just going to try. I'm not sure how effective or how accurate it's going to be.
Yeah, just try. Arthritis is more straightforward than high blood pressure and diabetes.
Okay. What pain are they going through physically? Someone who has
Are you using the earpiece or?
No, I'm using my laptop.
Okay, no wonder. Just continue.
Yeah, so someone who is someone who has arthritis experiences numbness or stiffness.
Yeah, so the good news, mute your mic, please.
Can I continue?
Yes, please do.
Okay, so the experience.
Wait, sorry, before you continue, Chinedu Ejike. Chinedu Ejike. Yeah, please. You were made the host by Zoom when my network tripped. So please make me the host back. Just click on my profile, go to participant, and click on my profile and make me the host back. Okay. my profile, you see two, either one.
Can I continue now? Sir?
Yeah, please continue while it does that.
Yes. So most of these people they experience numbness, stiffness, like
Yes.
that's physical pain that they experience, and
numbness where, like numbness
like on
where?
their hands and their feet, their legs.
Majorly
Like
joints majorly.
Joints, yeah.
Yes.
So and waist pain too. What has the pain caused psychologically? Most of these people who suffer from arthritis cannot stand up for a long time. They cannot walk long distance. Oh, sorry, that's
hello, sorry, please.
That's not.
Sorry, sir, please. What's your name?
Daniel
My name is
Iroko.
Mango Blaze.
You see to Daniel Iroko, you can make either of the two the host.
So the pain has caused the psychological pain that this particular sickness has caused them.
I can't hear you well. Okay, yeah, I can hear you better now. Continue.
So the psychological pain is that like they are kind of traumatized because they cannot do a lot of things with their hands and their feet, and it's really disturbing them. Like it alters all the time. Every second they are thinking is interrupted. They don't have a smooth ride mentally because of that the pains that they go through all the time. That's how I see it psychologically. What have they used or trying to get rid of their pain? Some of these people have been using all painkillers that we can name, ibuprofen, Panadol, all those painkillers to shut down the pains. But it's been a tough one. And what have they let go of trying to get rid of their pain? Some of these people no longer use cold water. Somehow especially in the early mornings, because of the fact that they are experiencing that sickness, they are scared that cold water can worsen the situation. So they have to stop using cold water and things like that. They have also let go of some like maybe for women, they have let go gossiping. They no longer go out and stand outside and gossip. They have to stay at home because of the pains of standing for long.
Yeah.
How has the pain affected their lifestyle? I think I'll just answer this update. They no longer attend any events that requires them to stand up. They cannot do a lot of things with their hands. They cannot even carry things with their hands anyhow. Like maybe people that do farm work that requires using their hands. At any moment you can get to the farm and you're not able to do anything because of numbness or stiffness of the hand. You can't even resist standing for a long time. Some of them, like women, they cannot even bend down and eat because of some of those kind of things.
Yeah.
What is their desire? What do they wish for? These people they just want to regain their normal lifestyle. They just want to be like the rest. They can go to places, they can stand, they can even play football, they can do any kind of thing. They want to regain their normal lifestyle like every other person. That's their greatest desire at that point. Where do they congregate? Most of the people who have these ailments they are always maybe around hospitals. They are frequent around hospitals and things like that. And so any small organization, any program that is organized that speaks about health, they are always there. Anything on health talks, they are always in such places. And they follow health blogs on social media. Anything that has to speaks about health on social media, they are always following things. And what is their age? People that experience this are typically 55 and above. Though it is common to have to see somebody in the 30s having it, that's not the age group for people who suffer this thing as a permanent thing. It's a very common thing amongst people from 55 and above, male and female. Thank you, sir.
Well done. That's very good. That's a very good one. Well done. So as I said, what has been caused them physically? Oh, sorry, what are they going through physically? Lower back pain, very common. Waist pain, very common. Knee pain, ankle pain, shoulder pain, mostly at the joints. You see, some of our parents, or grandmas, grandpas, like if they want to stand up from chairs like this, they struggle to stand up. You have to support them. Like it's very difficult for them. If something falls from their hand, they cannot bend down and pick it. Why? Because they are suffering from severe joint pain, especially at that lower back. So they will call you to come and help them pick it up. Do you understand? So that's part of the pain. Arthritis is very straightforward. That's part of the pain that has caused them physically. What has the pain caused them psychologically? A lot of them are stuck at home. Some cannot even get up from the bed. They bait for them. They bait for them. They bring them. If they want to move, they have to bring them from wheelchairs. Some people that lives in this thing, for example, in is it semi-detached house, they call it. Or cannot just walk down anyhow. If they want to come down, they have to carry them. Some is just once per week. Arthritis is a very serious condition. So imagine what will be going to that kind of person's mind. Person will feel like it's a burden to his children already. Do you understand? Some of them, they've left. Some of them have left their houses and they are living with their children. Why? Because they can't take care of themselves. Because if they try to move to the left, their joints won't allow them. They try to bend down, their joints won't allow them. They try to move to the right, their joints won't allow them. What have they used in trying to get rid of the pain? I'm surprised that you didn't mention the common one, but ibuprofen is a good one, Panadol is a good one. Majorly painkillers, they use those ones. Then the common ones, Rob, Abuniki, that's one very common one that Nigerians use. You get? So what have they let go of trying to get rid of their pain? Now let me see for arthritis. Why can't I think of any now? Okay, let me not say food. A lot of them can't do physical activities they used to do before. They can't walk, they can't somebody typed in the comment section, like they can't do normal garden work. Okay, it was Israel. They can't do their normal garden work that they would normally do before. They can't walk in their compound, they can't play with their grandchildren, can't play with their kids easily. They can't it's difficult for them to get up from bed in the morning. Do you understand? So they've let go of good sleep too. That's also another thing. How has pain affected their lifestyle? See, this one is straightforward. I've already mentioned it even as I was speaking earlier on. It has affected their mobility, as simple as that. They cannot move around. They are living a sedentary lifestyle, sitting at a point. Once they sit down and watch TV, if they want to move to their room, somebody has to assist them. If they want to do another thing, somebody has to assist them. But something you should know again, guys, is arthritis is not always as severe as this. Some people is not always as severe. It might just be minor, might just be only pain, but they can still move around. So it's not always as severe. Now I'm just talking about the ones that are very severe already. Now, what is their desire? What do they wish for? Simple. They want to get rid of this pain. They want to be free of pain. Where do they congregate? Wherever they think they can find solution. Medical centers, they meet with their doctors for appointments, places anywhere where they feel they can where they can learn one or two that will help them relieve their pain. What is their age? One thing now is people younger to are already suffering from arthritis, severe joint pain. But it's not always as I said, the body is slow to recover once you are getting older. So I would say for this age, 40 plus, that's people that are really, really suffer from it. Although younger people still have arthritis. So that is that. So guys, do you want okay, well, let me finish before I ask you if you ask questions. If you have questions, rather. So let's go on. So now, one thing is, it's not always easy answering all these questions once you are carrying out your mind. It is not always easy answering all these questions. It might be a condition that you don't really know so much about. Arthritis inside them. So it's about answering all these questions for by if you want to understand your customer avatar that is either suffering from diabetes, high blood pressure, or arthritis, and you don't know how to, because it's not everybody here that can answer all these questions. Some people don't have people around them suffering from these conditions. They've never seen people. So you can use some of these platforms to answer them, to carry out your market research. Okay, so let's say, what pain are they going through physically? If you don't know, you cannot kill yourself now. So you can use some of these platforms. So some of the platforms where you can get this question answered. Guys, can you hear me? Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so some of the platforms where you can get these questions answered are Google. I should not teach anybody how to use Google. Google is very straightforward. You can get all these questions answered. So when you are carrying out your research, so you can use Quora, Reddit, and Nairaland. All these platforms are like platforms created for users that want to talk. So you might see like people talking about high blood pressure and all. Go to the comments. You see a lot of comments about it. I'm sure you guys know Quora, Reddit, and Nairaland. If you use the internet, you obviously know them. Shebi, you guys know them now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So, but me, I would advise. Okay, well, there are general this thing, Sha. So these are very good platforms to get your question answered. Then YouTube is also another good place. And I try to patients. You can see an interview. Like there was one, I didn't know what hepatitis B was about when I was carrying out my research, when I wanted to understand my avatar and get these questions answered. So you can also use ChatGPT or any other AI tool good for research. This also helps a lot. Like if you want to get straightforward answer, it's not every time that Google will give you straightforward answer. Quora, Reddit, Nairaland, YouTube too will not give you straightforward answer. But the reason why I would prefer them over ChatGPT is that they will give you personal experiences of people. Do you understand how the pain affected them psychologically? So once you read somebody's story, you can infuse that into your copy. Talk about like you might be going through this, and people will be able to relate better. But you definitely give you straightforward answers and get a Facebook group or forums. Go online, search like pressure. Yet I don't them. So a lot of times I see people talking about their experiences and all. That will help you understand your market. So it will get to a point that you even want to write copy, you don't even need to carry out market research. Why? Because you already understand your audience so well. And the good thing about high blood pressure, arthritis, and this thing, come next 100 years, it is still the same symptoms that people will be having. Do you understand? So once you carry out your market research, you can always reuse. The market is always the same. Come next 5,000 years, somebody suffering from arthritis will still be suffering from the same symptoms that somebody 5,000 years before was suffering from. So that's the good thing about health conditions like this. So influencers comment section, I was talking about this earlier on. Influencers are generally knowledgeable people in that field on the internet that you can find. You go to their comment section, especially if they release content about the condition, you see a lot of people narrating that, doctor, I'm having high blood pressure, my distance is always doing like this, please, what do I do? Or they will just narrate their experiences you get, so you can answer those questions too in your copy. So live events and listening to your audiences, this is number one. See, there's nothing that beats this one. Live events, listen to your audience. If you have somebody around you suffering from arthritis, you will not need to carry out any market research to come up with a good copy. Let's say maybe you have a relative suffering from arthritis, high blood pressure, or this thing. You will not need to carry out any market research. Why? Because you can already listen to the person day by day. How the person is telling you that my lower back is like this thing, I cannot even move this one, that one. That will give you like a first-hand experience, and you'll be able to come up with a good copy. So now, once you identify your Janice customer avatar, and let's say you use all this and you're able to identify your Janice customer avatar, the next thing you do is you can then begin to write your copy. So by tomorrow, I'm going to teach you all what I've taught you today. I'm going to teach you how you can use, after you've identified your customer avatar, how you can then use that to write the 20-step structure for a testimonial pre-sale copy. Do you understand? So I'm going to teach you more of that tomorrow. So yeah, we've come to the end of our class today. But before we end officially, Mr. Excel, sir. Mr. Excel, sir. Is he here? He's not here. He's not here. Okay, no problem. Okay. So before we end officially, so if you have any question, please just raise your hand so I can call on everyone. I can call on you one by one. If you have any question, raise your hand, please. Based on what I've taught today, or any other question about copywriting generally. Doesn't have to be based on what I've taught today alone. So any question? Guys, no question. That means you guys understand very well. Okay, I'm happy about that. Damaris, please, how can we get to see the video for training session? I'll send you the recording, don't worry. Damaris Fridan, Abi, Damaris Fridan. What is the most important part of a copy? Or is it Frida? Okay. Any question? Okay, since there's no question. Okay, all right. So that's good. So tomorrow we'll continue our class. So have a nice day, guys. Let me stop the recording. Now, the thing is, the recording takes a while to convert. So, okay, let me just end the class once and for all. Okay, so the recording takes a while to convert. So, it might be later in the evening that you get it. But go through your notes. That's very important. I'm going to give you an assignment tomorrow. So go through your notes, understand everything I've taught you well today. Tomorrow, I'm going to show you full first and how to write a copy. Today was how to understand our audience, how to carry out market research to understand our audience better. Do you understand? So tomorrow, I'm going to teach you using those answers, how you can use those answers to write a 20 steps testimonial pre-sale copy. Okay, so have a nice day, guys. That's the end of our class for today. So we'll continue tomorrow. You're welcome.
You.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So